Welcome to your first lesson. Today's lesson is all about setting up your website. So what that means is we're going to basically focus on two important things today. Number one, you're going to be setting up your hosting. Now, if you're unfamiliar with hosting, I don't want to go into a long, detailed explanation of what it is. Basically, just know that hosting is a service that you pay for that hosts all of your files so that your website can access them. It's kind of like renting a space on the cloud, so to speak. And if that sounds a little bit overcomplicated or really technical, it's really not. It's going to be very, very easy. And I'm going to show you step by step how to set up your own hosting. Then after that, we're going to install your premium WordPress theme. And again, I'm going to show you where you can get that and how to install that. This is mostly just going to be a matter of a few clicks here and a few clicks there. And so it's nothing to stress about, and it requires no technical skills. So I'm going to be with you every step of the way. You're essentially just going to be looking over my shoulder as I do this. Before I begin, though, there are two things that you'll need before we start today. Number one is just to have a domain name idea. So what do you want the domain name of your website to be? The domain name is something.com. Now, this should be pretty easy, because if you're an actor, you probably just want it to be just yourname.com. So that's nothing to worry about. I'm not saying that you have to have purchased your domain name, but just that you need to have an idea of what you want your domain name to be. And actually, when we purchase the hosting, you are going to get the domain name for free. Second thing you'll need is a valid credit card or debit card if you prefer. You'll need this to pay for the hosting. Essentially, every website on the web runs off of some type of hosting, and you usually pay on a yearly or a monthly basis. Luckily, it's dirt cheap, and I actually went over the costs of that in the previous course introduction lesson. So, without further ado, let's get started. So the first step I'm going to do is access the hosting site that we're going to use. So I'm going to go over here to the side of the video where it says resources. And underneath resources, I'm going to click this link that says click here for hosting. This is going to take me to Bluehost.com, which is going to be the hosting site that we're going to use. Now, there are a lot of reasons why I love Bluehost. First, I love Bluehost because they've been very reliable. And I just want to say that I use Bluehost myself. As a matter of fact, it's the hosting company I'm using on the website that you're looking at right now. So I couldn't recommend something to you that I didn't use myself, right? So I use it every day. I've had a great experience. It's very reliable. I haven't had my site crash ever. And I found that their prices are very, very inexpensive compared to others. They have great customer support. They always email me back. And I've talked to a few people on the phone before. They're very friendly. They're very great. And I've just had a really positive experience. In my opinion, they are the best web hosting company out there. So I cannot recommend Bluehost enough. So we're going to get started. We're going to click this little green button here that says get started now. And we're going to enter our domain name. So you'll probably just want to put in yourname.com here. So I'm going to try alexbarlow.com. I'm going to click next. Uh-oh. Now here's the thing. I did this on purpose because I want, just in case this happens to you. So myname.com is not available for registration, which means somebody else has already registered it. So if this happens to you, I recommend that you just go back and you put in your name plus like actor, performer. So now I'm doing alexbarlowactor.com. Let's see if this one is available. Woohoo! It is. Okay. So if your regular name's not available, just put an actor, performer at the end of it, and it should be available. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out my information here. I'm going to blur this so that you can't see it. So after I put in my information, I'm just going to scroll down here. So it says package information. So there are basically three different plans you can use. You can get a 12-month plan at $6.95 a month, a 24-month plan at $5.95 a month, or a 36-month plan at $4.95 a month. So this is the reason why Bluehost is able to keep their prices so low, is that you actually pay on a yearly basis. Now, that does mean a little bit more upfront as opposed to paying monthly, but over time you save money. So I recommend that you just do it. I'm going to go ahead and just go with actually the 12-month price at $6.95 a month. Okay, so most hosts are going to be like $10 to $15 a month. this is going to be $7 a month. And the reason why they keep it so low, like I said, is I'm going to be paying for it on a yearly basis. So I don't think you really need a lot of these little extra stuff. Site Backup Pro, I'm not really going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about this one. The only one I might recommend is the Domain Privacy Protection. So what this does is it just keeps people from being able to access your information. So if you have a website, there are certain ways that like advertisers can get your information, like they can get your email and they can spam you with stuff. It doesn't happen a ton, but you may want to just protect it because this way people can't get your information. It's an extra $10 a year. It's up to you. I'm not going to worry about it for this one because this is just a test website. And then I'm going to enter my credit card number and click the next button. And I'm just going to click next here. Usually takes a second. Okay. Woohoo. I don't think you really need any of these upgrades. You're getting your coaching session right now for free. We're not going to worry about this. I don't need any additional domain names. And complete. So I'm not going to get any upgrades. Woohoo. All right. So my purchase was successful. They just sent me a confirmation email. Now it says before you can log into your account or use your new hosting features, you first need to create a secure password. So we're going to go ahead and create your password. So enter whatever it is that you want. Oops. All right, it's weak. I'm sorry. Okay. So you want to make sure that you write this down. So I'm going to go ahead and just record this in my Evernote here. And make sure you write this down so you don't lose it. Hit create. Oh, I messed up. I didn't add a symbol. I'm going to add a symbol. Okay. Create. So I've created my password. All right, now I can access my hosting. See how well it works. So I entered my password. Yeah, Google, you can save my password. Okay, great. Don't need that. So if this little ad pops up, I'm just gonna go to home. All right, little welcome to Bluehost. Just gonna exit out of this. We don't really need this, okay? So this is gonna be your little control panel. This is where you can access everything. So from here, we're actually gonna go ahead and install WordPress. So I'm gonna click here. There's this button down here that says install WordPress. Waiting for it to load. And I'm gonna click install. This is the domain name I want it to go to, the one I just purchased. All right, terms and service. All right, install now. And this is just going to take a second to install. Okay, so now's a good time to grab a drink, grab a snack, whatever you need to do. And it's just going to take a little bit just to install it here. Now that it's finished, I'm going to go up here and click the button that says View Credentials. And that's going to take me to a little thing called the Notification Center. Now that our hosting has been set up and WordPress has been installed, we just need to make sure that we can access it and get into our WordPress site. So I'm going to go over to this little action here that says View. This is going to tell us our credentials, what our login information is. Again, I'm going to blur this. You'll have your URL to access your site. Your admin URL, that's the URL you use to be able to edit and work on your site. Your username and your password right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click the admin URL so that I can log into my site. And I'm going to go ahead and just copy and paste my username in there, plus my password. Copy that, paste that one in. And I'm going to click the Remember Me button so that I hopefully don't have to keep entering it. I'm going to go ahead and click in Log In. If this comes up, the connect pack, I would just skip this for right now. And you're just gonna skip this as well, because that's just for blogging. We're not gonna worry about that. I'm also gonna save the password on my site, because if you have Google Chrome, you can do that. Great. So this will be the page that you're on here. Welcome to WordPress. Get started building your new. Okay, and it's just kind of giving you some ideas. You don't need to worry about that because I'm going to guide you through everything, what to do next.